my community if you're a subscriber. If not, you should consider reaching down with your little bitty skinny or your big fat obese fat fingers and hit that like and subscribe button right now for the algorithms to help push this material out to other viewers. So I was just banned on TikTok, which is kind of stupid because I just got banned from going live after having a viral video about the overcharging on the orange juice at McDonald's. I had a viral video. I was talking to a lawyer in California who is heading the class action suit out there for the exact same thing. And so I think it's fantastic that they're doing that. And they told me they were using one of my other videos as supporting evidence for their case that I had shown previously how they did in fact overcharge on their orange juice and did this upcharge, and their advertising is very misleading. And so that's what I'm doing right now is a little investigative journalism. I'm making this live video, but I feel like live is the way to go because, there's no editing. I don't want people to think that, I mean, who cares what people think, right? Let the video speak for itself. So here's the idea. The menu says $7.49. If there's a picture of an orange juice, then it needs to be $7.49. We'll just see what happens. Because, well, people want transparency and they want the truth. And I find this to be a nationwide, probably international, form of screwing the people through the fine print while using our own psychology that says, we're just going to, when we're in a hurry, we're just looking for a quick reference and we're looking at the menu. We don't comprehend the trickery, and if we just say that's okay, or we don't say anything at all and they don't say anything at all, and there could be a $3 difference, you just pay with a 20 or you just put it on the card and you don't even think about it. You don't check your receipt. They may not even give you a receipt. So be sure that you ask for your receipts. And, in my opinion, be sure to ask questions. Because if you don't ask questions, I think that people will take advantage of the fact that you might, be a little naive or a little trusting with big brands and big names and just kind of go along to get along. So that's basically why I'm doing this video. And I think I might actually stop the live video so that I can do a little bit of recording, as far as I wanted to get some up close pictures and video for later review of the actual menu, kind of see in the lobby and in the drive-through if there's any discrepancies, if it's the same, if it looks different, because every franchise is different. So I get that, and I get that nobody wants to tell people how to run their business, but I think it's fair to say that we, as if we're going to be a capitalist country with a free market, then we have to expect businesses to do honest business without trying to use trickery or deception or misleading advertising or just straight false advertising, or just to take money from us that we're unaware of. And basically that's stealing, if you ask me, because there's a certain element of integrity, a lack of integrity, and a lack of moral, ethics there. So it just doesn't add up to me, and I feel like a lot of people think that it's no big deal because it's just $1 here and $1 there. But for everyday people, that might be the case. But if you're going there a few times a month, or maybe that's your morning routine on your way to work, you stop at the same McDonald's, you get the same number 7 or sausage burrito meal or Big Mac meal or whatever a breakfast meal is, and you get overcharged and you have no idea. You check your receipts and you're like, well, what the shit just happened? Well, for us, that's not a big deal. But if they're doing it with the intentions of making, like, a astronomical profit compared to what they were making previously, then I might have somewhat of an issue with that. And so the thing is I think that they're actually using the COVID and all that. Everybody used the COVID to figure out how can they monopolize and pretty much just dominate. If no one's going to keep us from screwing people, then why shouldn't we just implement this and call it marketing or strategy when really it's just taking people's money without their consent or without their knowledge? Any reasonable person should be able to go up to any establishment, and just to be clear, it's not just McDonald's. There's probably other places that use the same type of trickery. I just didn't happen to notice it because I mean, I have kind of noticed it, but it's just kind of incrementally been, you know, the little tidbits, a little bit at first, a little bit more, just a little bit more. It's only 49-cent difference until you do that 6 times, and then it's a $3.49 difference, like fucking eggs and milk and beef and everything, to where now they are acting like, the 2 cheeseburger meal used to be $2.99. Now it's an easy 7. It's like one of the cheaper meals. That's why I know. It used to be $2.99. Used to have a dollar menu. It used to be cheap for people that were, you know, a little bit okay with not getting a home cooked meal, but something quick that was actually, fresh and tasted okay. Now it's half smashed and fucking all kinds of shit. And so something has to be done to kind of force these people from being able to take, gross advantage of consumers. And so the FTC has regulations and laws in place for stuff like this. And yeah, nobody wants McDonald's to be in trouble. Nobody wants anybody to be in trouble. But nobody wants to get ripped off either. So if nobody's willing to take on these big dogs, then I guess just lie there in your overcharged nuggets and orange juice. Not that the nuggets are the issue, but I will say that I feel like I have discovered one small little point, which is in the breakfast menu it does say hash browns, which is plural, and so I do kind of feel like, you know what, I'd kind of like to get more than one because it says hash browns, and so that would imply that I get at least two. And I hate to be that guy, but it doesn't really bother me that much to ask people to just honor what they're telling me I can get for a specific price. And then when I go to pay for it, acting like, oh, well, there's an upcharge for that. Just don't add up to me. So that's what I'm doing. I'm on my way up there. I'm going to hop off here because nobody can hear shit when I put my window down to have a smoke. So I'll see you soon.